I never expected the message that came through my phone at 2:47 in the morning to change my entire life, but that's exactly what happened. One vibration, one notification, and suddenly, everything I thought I understood about my marriage flipped inside out. I remember blinking at the screen, confused at first, wondering why my wife was texting me at the edge of dawn during what was supposed to be a work conference in Vegas. Then I opened the message, and it felt like someone had dropped a live wire straight into my chest. It was a photo, a blurry shot of a chapel glowing under neon lights, and standing right there in front were my wife, Linda, and her coworker William, holding up a marriage certificate like they'd just won a prize on a game show. Her message came with a paragraph I could have gone my entire life without reading. Just married William. Been sleeping with him for 8 months. You're pathetic, by the way. Your limp DCK energy made this so easy. Enjoy your sad little life. I stared at the screen for a long moment. 15, maybe 20 seconds. Just quiet. No anger yet. No sadness. Just a strange calm, like my brain shut everything down so I could think clearly. And once that quiet hit, something in me flipped. Not rage. Not heartbreak. Something colder. Something steadier. I typed one single word. Cool. Right after I sent it, before she had time to type whatever insult she'd lined up next, I put my phone face down and started working. Because here's the part Linda never seemed to understand. She was sneaky, but she was terrible at planning. And worse at money. Everything, absolutely everything, was in my name. The house, the accounts, the credit card she liked to max out and forget to pay. She wasn't even an owner of her own cards. She was just an authorized user. Access I could remove in seconds. And I did. By 3:15 a.m., every card she had was canceled or disabled. Every password she knew was reset. Every online portal she had ever used was blocked. Then I called a 24-hour locksmith. Thankfully, insomnia has benefits. He arrived at 4 a.m., replaced every lock in the house by 5 o'clock, and I even changed the garage code for good measure. While he worked, I took screenshots of everything. Her messages, the marriage certificate photo, all of it. Not out of spite. Out of preparation. Once everything was secure, I went back to bed. And for the first time in months, maybe years, I slept like a baby. Morning came with pounding. Not metaphorical pounding. Literal fists against the front, doors shaking the hinges. I grabbed a shirt, opened it, and found 2 police officers staring at me with that "we've been dragged into some nonsense" expression that only cops at 8 a.m. seem to master. "Sir," the older one said, "we got a call about a domestic situation. Your wife says you locked her out of her home." I handed him my phone. "Not my wife," I said. "She married someone else 5 hours ago." Both officers leaned in. The older one blinked. The younger one's mouth twitched like he was fighting laughter. They read the message. They read her insults. They saw the marriage certificate. "She's saying you stole her money and belongings," the older cop said. "She had access to my accounts. She doesn't anymore. Everything is legally mine. Her belongings are still inside untouched. She's not locked out of her home. She's locked out of my home." They asked me to verify the texts. I did. They talked quietly into their radio, and Linda's voice screeched back through static, furious and desperate. The older officer sighed like he'd already mentally checked out of the situation. "Ma'am," he said over the radio, "you need to handle this through lawyers. If you married someone else, you don't have rights to his home." The screeching got louder. They left after reminding me not to destroy her things. I promised everything would be boxed in outside. And that was that. For a moment, I thought the chaos might calm down. I was wrong. That afternoon, Linda arrived with an entourage. William, who already looked like he regretted every decision he'd made. Her mother Barbara, who always acted like she should be running a courtroom. And her sister Susan, who loved drama more than oxygen. William tried a tough guy act until I mentioned forwarding their wedding photo to HR, since their company had a strict no fraternization rule. He went quiet real fast. Linda cried about financial abuse. Susan called me controlling. Barbara threatened to call the police again, but we all remembered how round one went. I kept my voice even and told them her boxed belongings were in the garage. They had 1 hour. Watching them load the boxes into William's car felt like watching a bad sitcom live. The best part? Linda tried to pay for the U-Haul using one of her credit cards. Declined. William had to pull out his wallet, and the look on his face was a combination of heartbreak, fury, and the crushing realization that he'd married the wrong woman in the wrong city at the wrong time. A few hours later, I got a call from my lawyer. He'd reviewed everything. He actually laughed. She committed bigamy in writing, he said. Open and shut case. But if you think that stopped her, you don't know Linda. She launched a full-scale smear campaign online. Everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, even some weird spiritual healing forum she used to lurk on. She painted me as an abusive narcissist who trapped her in a loveless marriage and forced her to find love elsewhere. Her mother and sister reposted it everywhere. Some mutual friends believed it. Others stayed quiet. But Linda forgot one detail. I had David. David is the tech genius of our friend group. He helped me recover her deleted Facebook messages, hundreds of them. Over a year's worth of cheating, bragging, and planning. My favorite one. He's so stupid. I've been moving money from our grocery account for months. Almost have enough saved for my dream wedding with you. I posted screenshots of her own messages with a calm caption, just clarifying some things. Her entire narrative evaporated in real time. That's when the meltdown began. She tried everything to regain control. She convinced her dad to call my boss, accusing me of harassment. My boss, who already knew the whole story, shut him down politely but firmly. She attempted to break into my house at 3 in the morning. My new security cameras caught her screaming about missing jewelry that her grandmother was literally still wearing, because her grandmother is alive and well. She tried to claim I hurt her cat. We never had a cat. I'm allergic. Then she tried calling my mother, crying about making a mistake and wanting me back. My mother simply said, "You should have thought about that before sleeping with him for 8 months, dear." But the part that truly shocked me happened the next day. I got a call from William's mother, Sarah. She told me, without shame, without hesitation, that I needed to be a man and take Linda back so her son wouldn't have to deal with the consequences of his actions. According to her, William was a young man who made a mistake, and marriage was about forgiveness. I asked her if she realized she was asking me to take back a woman who literally married her son while still married to me. She paused, then said, "Well, when you put it like that, it sounds selfish." I hung up. The next morning, Linda sent her final message from a friend's phone. "You ruined my life. I hope you're happy." I texted back, "I am, actually." Then I blocked that number too. The divorce hearing came fast. And when I tell you it was the most satisfying moment of this entire saga, I mean it with my whole chest. Linda showed up wearing a white dress to divorce court for divorcing me because she married someone else. Even the judge had to reset his face when he saw her. Her lawyer tried to argue that the Vegas wedding didn't count because she was in a state of emotional distress and William pressured her. The judge asked her to define duress. The excuses fell apart instantly. My lawyer stood up with a binder full of her messages, 73 pages. The judge read the message where she said she couldn't wait to see his stupid face when he realizes I took him for everything. The courtroom went silent. "Did you write this?" the judge asked. She stuttered. "That was taken out of context." "What context makes that acceptable?" he asked. She had no answer. The divorce was granted instantly. She walked away with her personal belongings, her car, which she's still paying off, and absolutely nothing else. In fact, because I supported her through a certification program last year, she owes me 6 months of alimony. Only $500 a month. But the look on her face was priceless. Outside the courthouse, chaos erupted. Barbara started screaming. Susan tried to throw coffee at me, but hit Sarah, William's mom. A full coffee brawl broke out between the mothers. Security had to break it up. It was honestly the most entertainment I'd gotten all week. Plot twist. William wasn't even there. According to his mother, he'd moved on with a 22-year-old bartender he met at their wedding reception. The bartender later dumped him when she found out he was married. Linda collapsed on the steps, ugly, crying, mumbling, "This isn't how it was supposed to go." Her sister tried to console her. Linda snapped, "I can't stay with you. Your apartment smells like cats and sadness." Even Susan looked offended. As for everyone else, well, the fallout was spectacular. Linda moved back in with her parents. William got engaged to the bartender, got dumped, and then got fired for fraternization. Linda got fired too. Susan's been posting about cutting off toxic family members. Barbara's been banned from 2 Starbucks for harassing baristas who look like William. And William's mom is suing Linda for emotional damages. Me? I sold the house for way over market value and bought a condo downtown. I started seeing Jennifer from my gym. She finds the whole story hilarious and brings me coffee labeled, "Not William." My lawyer framed the Vegas marriage certificate. It hangs in his office as the easiest case he's ever won. Do I regret any of this? Not really. She played stupid games. She won stupid prizes. The only thing I regret is not noticing the red flags sooner. Like when she told me her ex was crazy for changing his Netflix password after she cheated on him. Should have known. But life goes on. And honestly, I'm doing better than ever. Before we wrap up, I've got a question for you. If you were in my shoes, would you have taken the revenge the same way I did? Or would you have gone even further? I honestly want to know what you think. And hey, if you enjoyed this story, if it made you feel anything, make sure to hit that like button. It tells YouTube this story was worth your time and helps more people find it. And if you want more insane Reddit revenge stories just like this one, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next chapter. Thanks for watching. You're awesome.